As promised, I am creating this post on how to create a post for publishing at a later time, how to schedule one for the future. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to create a simple, quick post on my test site to illustrate how to get this done. The whole reason for doing something like this is say you know you're going to be gone for a while, maybe it's on vacation, maybe it's, a surgery, who knows, but you know that you're not going to be able to post. Content is king. That's what we drill into you here at Wealthy Affiliate, and it's true. However, consistency is key. And what I mean by that is you need to post on a consistent basis. This tells both the search engines and your visitors that the site is not stale, that you produce new content on a regular basis, and it encourages people to come back to see what's new and what's been posted recently. The search engines absolutely love this. It will help with your rankings, and of course your visitors would love it too, because if you're providing the quality content they're looking for, they're much happier if it comes on a consistent basis versus, oh, I don't know if they posted today or it might be 2 weeks from now, who knows. That leads to a little bit of a drop off. I noticed a huge drop off when I went on vacation last year and didn't publish any posts. So since then, I've been doing scheduling when I know I'm going to be gone. And what I recommend is maybe even having a few posts pre-done. You may not know, something may come up right away, just unexpected, and you're going to be gone the next week. And there's nothing you can do about it. You don't have time to create a post. Keep a couple on the side that you know you might need an emergency situation, and you can quickly schedule them to post while you're gone, and you won't have to worry about your site or feel like you've not got anything accomplished because you have these on the side. So that's just a little tip I have for you. But let's go ahead, and I'm going to use site content to create a quick post. Uh, by all means, this is not, you don't have to use site content. I like it because it has a few features that I find nice, but well, you can use whatever you want to use. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and go into site content. I'm going to create a new post. This is going to be an ugly post, just so you know. So I'm going to give it a title called My Ugly Post. Right? Yes, oops, let's try it with capital. Yes, this is a horribly lackluster, is that one word? Post. Maybe I'll add an image. We'll call, who's it, Poseidon, I think? And we'll just call him Water God, because I'm not even sure about the name. I'm pretty sure it's Poseidon, but who knows. So we'll just say Water God. And we've inserted. All right, we'll do my spell check. I'm thinking lackluster might be hyphenated or something. No? Okay, lackluster is one word. Awesome. So this is my lovely post, right? So I'm going to hit publish, and I'm going to use my test site. And I highly recommend you set up a test site. This is great for testing themes, testing a look of a post, testing plugins. Don't experiment on your live sites. It can bite you in the butt. So, if you have time, set up a little test site. I did this back in 2017, so I just called it 2017.siterubix.com. I want this to be a post. Yes, I didn't define my own user, so I'm just going to post it as admin, and I'm going to hit publish. Now, the moment we do this, it's going to publish on our site. So if I go to 2017.siterubix.com, you're going to see, that it's down at the moment. Not a good sign. There it goes. So without that hiccup, there's my ugly post. Well, we don't want it posted yet. So we're going to go ahead and click Edit in WordPress. And again, if you didn't use site content, then whatever you did, if you created it on the back end directly, or if you went into Word and then pasted into whatever it is, right? Just log into your dashboard, go to Posts, All Posts, and click on the title of your post. So right now, it is published. I don't want it to be published, so I'm going to click Switch to Draft. This is the block editor, so you just click on Switch to Draft up top there, and it's going to save your changes. And now if I go back and refresh, the post is gone. Great, that's what we wanted. Post is gone, perfect. So now, in the block editor, and I'm going to show you how to do this in the classic editor as well, all I want to do here is I'm going to go and schedule this. For some reason, it has the wrong time. Not sure. But it is 9:52 a.m. right now, so I'm going to do 9:54 a.m. today, right? Okay. And then I'm going to say schedule. And then I'm going to click schedule again. And now my post is scheduled to post in 2 minutes, right? So we verified that it is not on my site right now. And if I go to posts all posts, it should say scheduled over here. Yep, scheduled block editor. That's fine. Now this is the Gutenberg block editor. I'll do it in the classic editor for those of you who still use the classic editor. I actually prefer the classic editor, but I'm trying to force myself to the block editor because, well, that's the way WordPress is gone. It's really pushing that Gutenberg block editor. So my ugly post scheduled. And we're just going to wait. I'll probably do some editing magic so you don't have to wait as long. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'll force you to wait with me. Now here's just an example of a post that missed its schedule. So as you can see, it can miss a schedule, and one way to make sure that this is addressed is to install a plugin. So what you can do is basically what happens here is there's what's called cron jobs, which are scheduled jobs on the back end that are supposed to make everything happen. But I found that a lot of the sites on several hosts, including Wealthy Affiliates, is set to not really use the cron job so much, but rather process triggers when people visit your site. When someone visits your site, it kicks off this process that says, hey, now let's go see what I need to do. And sometimes, if you don't have a visitor around the same time that you want your post to automatically schedule and be posted, then it can result in this missed schedule. So what there is there's a plugin that I recommend. And if we go into plugins, installed plugins, I've already installed it, of course, but you'd need to. It's called Scheduled Post Trigger. And all this thing does is every 5 minutes or so, it'll go and check to see that any scheduled posts that were supposed to happen in the past actually happened. If they weren't, it will go through and post them. And I believe, I don't even think you can do settings on this. I think it's just like every 5 minutes. So if I go back to all posts here, I don't think it's been posted yet. So this one missed its schedule, but I wanted to show you that it will automatically post it. So we can go from there, but in the end, get this plugin. That's what I'm trying to say. And my plugin kicked in, even though the missed schedule happened. Boom. All right, so as you can see, it's no longer under missed schedule. If I hit refresh here, you're going to see that it posted, which is exactly what we wanted. So that was the way to do it in the block editor. Now what I'm going to do is come into posts again, and I'm going to edit it in the classic editor. So just pretend we came directly from, edit my post in site content and clicked on edit in WordPress, I think was the button, and it came up to the classic editor instead. No problem. We already know that it's been posted. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to change its status from published to draft, and we're going to hit OK. Now that does not take it off, right? So boom, I hit OK. Oh look, it's still there. What the heck? Well, I forgot to update it. So let's go ahead and hit update. Now we've saved that change. Now in Block Editor, the moment we hit change to draft, it did it. But in the Classic Editor, you have to hit that button to update the changes you've made. Now if we go back, it'll be gone. And it is. Perfect. So now we have to do here is see how it says publish on March 20th at 9:54? Well, we're going to go ahead and change that to March 20th at, let's say, 9:59 now. And hit OK. And see how that publish button changed to schedule? Click schedule. That's the only difference between the block editor and the classic editor, is just a little bit of syntax in that area. That's it. So this post is now scheduled for March 20th at 9:59. Well, it's 9:58 now, so in the next minute. So if I go into all posts, it should say scheduled classic editor now. So, and the reason it says block editor or classic editor here is because I have the classic editor plugin. So if you're on WordPress 5 or higher, it comes with the Gutenberg block editor by default. To get the classic editor, you need to have the classic editor plugin installed. And that just gives you that classic look that you saw in previous versions and most of WA's training, because that was created before 5.0 came out. So all the editors in most of those videos, until they get updated anyway, are the classic editor look. So that's why I like the classic editor, because I learned on the classic editor. But like I said in my earlier in this broadcast, you should start at least toying with the block editor. You may not like it at first. I don't like it. I still use the classic editor, but with this plugin, I can switch between them and, at least make an attempt. Oh no, I missed my schedule. That's okay. Remember that plugin I mentioned earlier? He'll kick off in the next 5 minutes and make sure that that post actually happens. So before that plugin came around, it was a problem because unless people were visiting your site right around the time you were supposed to publish the scheduled the post, or you had some other tool in place, or the cron jobs actually worked like they should, then sometimes posts end up in the missed schedule. They don't actually get posted, and unfortunately there was nothing built into WordPress that would automatically, oh no, search for and say, oh, I missed this, I better get this done. That's why the plugin was created, and it works really well. So it's just a matter of hanging out for a few more minutes. So it may not post exactly on time, like if you wanted it at 9:01 a.m., it's probably not going to happen. It might be by 9:05 or 9:06, but it'll be in that general time. So we just give it a few more moments. That plugin will kick in and say, hey, you missed this post. Let's go ahead and post it. And it's all good. And I bet you now if I refresh it, because we've given it a few minutes. Oh, look, published 2 minutes ago. It's no longer saying, scheduled. So if we go here and we go here and refresh, boom, there you go. So now we've done it both in the classic editor and in the block editor. Actually, we did it in reverse order, block editor first, but both editors, you now know how to do it. Please like this training if you found it useful. Leave me comments, what you liked about it, what you don't like about it, if I missed something, if you have a different plugin you recommend or a different way of doing this. I found this works really well for me, and I hope it works really well for you. Thank you very much.